Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Happy New Year's Eve to you. You know, you guys, we are going into a new year. I can remember, this makes me think of a story back in my life. This has been many years ago. I think my children were probably like 10, 11, 12, or 12, 13, 14, something like that. But I can remember it was when I really started my quest with God, when I really got serious about my relationship with God. And during this time, I can remember that for 6 months straight, I stayed in a room and all I did was eat God. All I did was read the word. All I did was study and just get in the presence of God. That's all I wanted at that time, was the glory of God to fall upon me. And I remember as I'm going through that, and as God was giving me so many great revelations, and as he was just showing me so many wonderful things, and all of these good things were happening spiritually for me, but I was in a valley. And I was really going through financially. I had lost my job. I didn't really have a job at this time. And just some things were going on. Like I said, the things that we needed in the earth, some things financially, it just wasn't really good for me at that time. And I can remember that during that, my oldest son, he came to me. He said, Mama, he said, I have sat here and I've watched you just really be about God's business. I've watched you just really serve God and really love God. So he says, I think that if anybody in the world should be blessed and be not having to go through financial problems and be living in the overflow, it should be you. So I don't understand why you are loving God and being there for God, and we're going through such a financial hardship. We're going through such a bad financial time, he said. And he said, and I said to him, I said, well, son, you're seeing things as bad. I said, but look around us. I said, every need we have is met. I said, our lights are on, the water is on, we still got a roof over our head. So everything we need, God is supplying all of our needs. And that young man, he looked at me. And he said, Mama, you told us that God knew us from your womb. You told us that God knows everything about us. You said that God created us. So I know that God knows me. He said, because God created me, and God knows that this is not enough for me. He said, just enough is just not enough for me. He said, I don't want to live that way. He said, so I'm not going to ask God for that. He said, because God knows me, because he created me, and he knows I'm going to need more than just getting by. Now, I'm telling you this story because in the year 2021, I'm talking to people right now that trust God. I'm talking to people right now that know that God is a provider, that know that God is a healer, that knows that God is a way maker. I'm talking to you. And if you don't know, you better try it. Because listen to this. Even when he said that, I realized that my problem is that I was limiting a big God. Now understand, God owns everything. He owns every business. He owns every store. He owns every drugstore. He owns every car lot. He owns every book. He owns everything that is created, that people have created. God owns it. He has the rights to it all because it all belongs to him. So why would a God, a father, why would his children, who he has said are heirs to his kingdom, and his kingdom is everything, I'm talking about he possesses all of that. Not only does he possess everything in the earth, he also possesses every entity. He possesses every emotion. He possesses every feeling. So why would we go to a God that possesses all the peace, all the healing, all the wealth, that possess all of the love? Why would we go to that Father with 50-cent prayers? I'm here to tell you that in the year 2021, if you try him and if you stop sending up 50 cents prayers, God will cause you to live in the overflow. Now, my young son, he realized that even as a little boy, he understood that he was not going to send up 50-cent prayers to God, that he was going to send up prayers to let God know that he wanted to abide and live in the overflow in every area of his life. I learned that from a child. So I'm saying to you right now in 2021, stop sending up 50-cent prayers to a God that is a trillionaire, zillionaire, millionaire, to a God that has possession of everything, who is able to give you every good thing, who is able to give you exceedingly above all that you can even think about in your mind. Don't send up 50-cent prayers to your Father, because He wants to give you $5 trillion worth of inheritance, or even more than that. I don't even know what is the biggest amount of money I can say, or in the financial realm, or in a numerological way. But what I am saying to you, that your Father owns it all. I'm saying to you that in 2021, even in the midst of pestilence, famine, even in the midst of disease, even in the midst of all that is going to hit this earth, those that belong to God have the ability to walk in an overflow. You don't have to just have enough in your cup. You want your cup to overflow, because in the overflow, you're able to be a blessing to other people. You cannot bless people when you just have just enough. You can only bless out of your overflow. You can only bless out of your overflow of money, out of your overflow of love, out of your overflow of peace. Because if you just got just enough in there for you, you can't give to nobody else. So I'm telling you that in 2021, tell God, I will no longer send up 50-cent prayers, because God, I want to live in the overflow. So I'm here to tell you that God is ready to bless abundantly. So I'm telling you, if you stop sending up 50-cent prayers, you'll stop getting 50-cent blessings. So this year, in 2021, God's people are able to live in the overflow. Peace and blessings.